Hi, I'm Cindy Cloward with Riley Blake Designs, and I'm going to show you 3 different ways to make hair bows. These are so quick and easy to make. You can make them right before you head out the door. You can match an outfit or whatever you have going on that day. They're just that fun to make. So I'm wearing one right now. I'm going to take it off. And you can use them for ponytails or a headband. And this one in particular is just 36 inches in length. So I have this cut out, and this is 3 inches in width and 36 inches in length. I've cut off my selvages. And let me show you what I do. I take it to the ironing board and just iron this in half. Right sides together. I'll get my ends right together. Okay, I do put a few little pins in the beginning and just make sure my 2 sides line up. And I'm also going to fold off one end. You can do a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, just make sure it's folded towards the outside. You can do a quick little finger press on that. Okay, now I'm going to take it to the machine and sew. Okay, I've sewn down one side with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now I'm going to turn it right side out. I'm going to use this turning tool that Patty Young designs. It has our fun fabric on the handles. And I just kind of go all the way down. These are hemostats. And they are perfect for flipping things right side out. I get a little bite of fabric on the end. I'll pull that inside out. Okay, now I'm going to give this a good press. I'm going to steam. This is the side that's been rolled under. I'm going to use my clapper. Grab a pin, and I'll pull out my seam. Okay, now that I've got this all pressed, I would just come here and turn this edge to the inside. And you can do one of 2 things. You can hand stitch this closed with a whip stitch, or you can take it back to the machine and do a top stitch on both your ends. And you're finished with this particular one. It's ready to wear. This next one, if it intimidates you to turn inside out and you don't have a handy tool, I highly recommend this hemostat tool. You're going to use 6 inches of fabric, and perhaps you want it a little bit longer. So I'm going to cut off my selvages, and this is going to be a longer hair bow. And it's more width of fabric size. So you do all of your ironing and folding before you take it to the machine. And the first thing you do with this is you fold it in half. And as you fold it in half, that's going to give your nice edge on one side of your bow. Okay, after that's been folded in half, you open it up, and your two sides, you can do one side at a time if that's easier, but you're going to fold both your edges towards the center of the fabric. Okay, and the last, you fold it over like that. Okay, now you're ready to sew this, and you do not have to flip it inside out. It's already right side out, and I just pin along here to make sure my sides line up. And this time I'm going to do a top stitch around all four sides. I do fold that down, kind of do a half an inch. Make sure those little ends are tucked in. I'm going to pin that shut. Just like that. Tuck your little ends in just like that. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to take this to the machine and sew around all four sides. Okay, now a reminder, this is just an edge stitch, a top stitch all around, and so you're pretty close to the edge, but this is done. You can give it one more good press. This is one of my favorite ways to make bag handles. Okay, I've just finished this hair bow. The last hair bow I'm going to show you is this hair bow. You take a 5-inch piece of fabric, cut it in half, so 2.5-inch pieces, and you can do it 36 inches, a little longer if you'd like. And then you're going to put them right sides together like this. And then you kind of put them up together. This is just a little hack trick using Lori Holt square up rulers. I'm a big fan of these. They're so wonderful, and you can use them a lot of different ways. So it has a center line in it, just like this. This is a 5.5-inch square up ruler. So it's perfectly centered, and now you're going to make your cuts. Just that easy. So now this is ready to take to the machine and sew. I give it a good pin. And then I'm going to use a 1/4-inch seam allowance, pivoting around my corners, and I'm going to leave a 3-inch opening to turn inside out. I've already made one right here using that method. My 3-inch opening is right here, and you can leave it as is, you can top stitch, but sometimes it's kind of nice to hurry and whip stitch it close. And that was over there. I like to hide my threads inside. And that is how to make 3 simple hair bows.